Today on the channel, we're going to talk about using a cylinder leak down tester. This tester is a phenomenal tool. However, it's a tool used in conjoining with another test, usually some type of compression tester, whether that be cranking compression or relative compression. But on this particular episode, we're going to talk about using this tool. This tool comes to us from Harbor Freight. There's Snap-on's got them, Max got them, OTC's got them. There's all kinds of them out there. However, they all work the same way. They all have incoming pressure and holding pressure. Them two pressures should be within 10% of each other. If there's a leak that's more than 10%, we have a failure of some sort. We need to investigate why. So one might ask, when am I going to use this test and why will I use it? Well, you'll use it, first of all, when is after you've done a compression test, whether that be a cranking compression test or whether that be relative compression test using an oscilloscope. Either way, you've identified that you are low on compression on a certain cylinder or multiple cylinders. Why would I want to use this? The why is so we can see whether we're talking exhaust valves, intake valves, head gaskets, cylinder mating or cylinder ring issues, something mechanical inside that cylinder. We can identify these leaks by listening for sound, for whistles coming out of our exhaust, coming out of our intake air box, coming out of the oil fill tube, dipstick tube, or opening up the cooling system and looking for bubbles. All this identifies exactly what our issue is so we can explain to our customers, hey, this is why I need to take this engine apart. The way this tool works is when we remove the spark plug and we'll insert the hose that comes with this kit. Sometimes you'll have to use a spark plug or an adapter to size it to the correct spark plug hole. In most cases in late model vehicles, it is going to be the 14 millimeter that's standard on the hose. But if not, there's 3 adapters that come with this particular kit, and you can adjust and you can use each adapter per hole. So let's go ahead and get that in the cylinder. Okay, we got the spark plug out, got this hose started. We are now inserted. We're ready to put the gauge on. Cylinder leak gauge has a quick disconnect on it. Just simply hook the quick disconnect in and you're ready to go. So let's go ahead and hook up our air pressure now. We're hooked up. Now I don't want to crank this off yet. We need to bring our cylinder up to top dead center. As soon as we bring the top dead center, then we'll be good to go. In most cases, I like to turn the crankshaft by hand using a ratchet and then watch my gauges. As we come up on compression stroke, you'll see these gauges jerk. That tells us that we are on the compression stroke. So as we come up on we start moving the piston on the compression stroke, you'll see the gauges spike. You see how it spiked? Okay, so now we're spiking up, and when they stop spiking, we're on top dead center. So it stopped spiking, we're on top dead center at that point. So let's talk about finding top dead center. You can use them gauges like I showed, okay? Or if you don't feel comfortable doing that, or you're missing it, what have you, you can use a simple zip tie. What we'll do is we remove the spark plug, put your zip tie in the cylinder. The reason we want to use a zip tie and not an extension or something of that nature is because if this gets caught in the cylinder sideways or what have you, you just smash your zip tie, you don't damage the cylinder. If that was an extension of some sort or a pencil or something else, that can create problems. So use something soft like a zip tie, make sure it's straight. So what we're going to do is we're going to watch this zip tie, and I'm going to spin it. As you can see, the zip tie is now coming down on the stroke. So now it's on the BDC. Now we start coming back up. So bring her on up. Now you're going to watch that thing come all the way up and you're looking for the furthest most where it stops. We just stopped. So that's how we throw it up on top dead center, whether it's going to be on the compression stroke or whether it's going to be on the exhaust stroke. Simply throw on your hose to your tool, hook up your gauge, apply, say 50 psi. If you're reading 50 psi, if you're applying 50 psi and your holding gauge is showing 0, you're simply on the exhaust stroke. So unhook, throw your zip tie back in there, go ahead and give it a 360 rotation. As you're bringing it up on that, as you're watching that zip tie grow, watch it till it stops, and when she stops, you'll be on top dead center on the compression stroke. So now we're going to sit here and we're going to increase our pressure with our gauge here. We're going to increase the pressure up to 100 pounds. Notice both sides are moving. And you can do this at 100, you can do it at 50. Just got to do the math. 100's easy to read, so I suggest doing it at 100. So we're sitting at 100 pounds, okay? And notice that I am reading at 85. That means I have 25% leakage. This cylinder is our suspected bad cylinder. Now the question is, where is it leaking? Okay, so we've established that we have 25% leak down on this particular cylinder. Now we need to know, where is it leaking at? This is where you simply pop off of the oil cap, listen, see if it's blowing through the rings. Listen through the intake, pop off your air filter, listen, see if you got air coming in through there. Go back to the back exhaust, to the exhaust pipe, listen, see if you have it coming in there. Depending on where you have it coming out of, depends on will tell you your diagnosis. So if you had an bent exhaust valve, it'd be coming out your exhaust. You had a bent intake valve, it'd be coming out your intake. If you had damage to your cylinder walls or to your rings, then it would be coming out your oil fill tube. Now there's one more. If you wasn't hearing it come out anywhere and you have this type of leakage, pop your radiator or open up your coolant system and see if you have bubbles coming out, would give us a blown head gasket. That's how we use the cylinder leak down test. Very, very valuable tool for identifying why we have low compression. There you go. That's the video for the old leak down tester. Hey, if you like that bad boy, it's going to help you out. Do me a favor and hit the old thumbs up and subscribe. Till next time, deuces.